Hello, I'm Carl Brown. Welcome to Growing Pains, taking your business to the next level. Today's topic is business matchmaking. These are sessions where buyers and suppliers can get to know each other in advance and schedule one-on-one meetings on the day of a conference or an event. The business matchmaking tool matches buyers and suppliers based on industry, NACE codes, business categories, or qualifying questions. Users have access to supplier profiles that include company descriptions, brochures, videos, and contact information. To better understand these matchmaking sessions, we'll be talking with Cynthia Washington, President of Washington Concepts Incorporated. Welcome, Cynthia, and thank you for coming on Growing Pains.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Cynthia, what does your company do?
Actually, we help small, minority, and women-owned businesses get contracts in the government. That's what we do. But we have a very unique niche in that we help the government supply their goals, thereby helping the small businesses even more get contracts through those agencies.
Great.
So the government partners with us to help them get contracts.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So they're your client and partner.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then you bring on the small and minority businesses to match them up
That's
with the
right.
government needs.
That's exactly right. We have a credentialing system which was created by one of our contracting officers 17 years ago when we started. And basically that credentialing system will qualify a company by capacity and capability and allow the government to work with them where they are.
Okay.
So it's very unique and very, very good for any small business coming into government contracting and wanting to actually pursue contracts. They know where they fit.
Tell us, is it online where they
Yes.
do the, okay.
Yes, we've built a portal where our government officials can come and they can request small businesses. So they'll give us information about their contracting opportunities. They go to our website, they click on government, and they basically fill out an SMWOB an SMWOB request form.
Okay.
And that form will give us information that they're looking for. It's almost a criteria for the kind of company they're looking for.
Okay.
And then on the other side of that, we have a button that they push and it's for business, and they can join the network. But in order to join our network, to be qualified for contracts, you have to fill out the questionnaire, give us your credentials, we find out if you're certified, what areas you're certified in. If you have capability statements, what your management team is like. So we ask those questions that the government's going to ask us.
Okay. So you do the due diligence
Oh, yes.
up front.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Because most of the time the government is just left with a list.
That's right.
You know, here's our 5,000 vendors
That's
that
right.
are in this NACE code, and then it's
And
pick one.
we take it a step further. We screen you for capacity and capability so that our government officials will know exactly where you are. And we not only help federal government, but we also help state and local government whenever they're trying to meet their MBE goals or CBE goals in DC or VB goals in Virginia, Pennsylvania. We work around the nation helping the government supply those goals. Also, they're prime vendors, because a lot of the prime vendors need help with supplying their goals. When they move to this area and there's big development, WCI is there to help them, because we make their life a lot easier. They don't have to find out who's here and who they need to do business with. We've already screened and qualified those companies.
Right. That's going through that list of 5,000 through trial and error.
That's right.
And you may pick some lemons.
That's right. That's right. And you will pick some lemons if you don't use WCI.
There you go. There you go. So how did you get in business?
Oh, actually, I was actually working for an 8A company.
Okay.
I was their marketing specialist, and I was actually working with property management companies. And they said, well, let us introduce you to the federal government. You're doing a great job in the property management arena. That's where I came out of. And so they introduced me to the federal arena. And you know, in property management, you could literally go the next day and they'd have a different manager there. So you had to build a rapport all over again.
Right.
Well, when they introduced me to the federal arena, I said, great. They're always here, the same people, you know, years went by, they were still there, and I thought that was a great thing. Well, one of our government officials at Treasury, she basically at FMS, I came to a meeting one day to present this 8A company to her, and she asked me for services that this company could not perform.
Okay.
And I said, well, if I had other companies, would you use them? She said, yeah, as long as you screen and qualify them, so I don't have to. And I said, great. So tell me what you want to know about them. And she devised the questionnaire that's actually on our website.
Wow.
So yes. So the next meeting we had, I had went to SBA. At the time, SBA didn't have a list on the website or anything like that. You had a printout. And you had to call every company on that printout. Some were out of business, some were, closed. It was crazy. But I went through that to actually find the companies for her. And I came back and I found the companies that were 8A so she could work with them. And she brought maybe 30 other contracting officers into the room and said, she can help you meet your goals. So I quit my job in 6 months and started WCI. That's how I did it.
That is something.
Yeah, and we've been sent around the nation. Sparwar in California, we work with GSA on the national brokers contract, so we work around the nation, Washington State, Atlanta. We do a lot of work with agencies that really want to meet their goals. And you have to be serious because once we screen these companies, they're ready to work.
They are.
Yes, and so we don't work with agencies who aren't serious about meeting their goals. We actually target those agencies that are serious.
Okay.
Yes.
And I was responsible for doing the due diligence on companies when I worked for a large corporation.
Excellent. Yes.
And every company, regardless of how big they were, had to go through the due diligence process.
That's right.
So it saves a lot of time if you do it on the front end.
That's right.
As opposed to getting burnt and then getting into litigation and doing it on the back end.
You're so right. And that's the point in all of this, we save the government a lot of time and effort. Whenever they send us requirements and money. That's right, because we give them a small business who's very qualified, or businesses who are qualified to do the work, and they'll be able to compete it out and get the best price, which is a great thing.
Now, you talked about prime contractors, and you do work with them as well, because
very much so.
That's how a lot of small businesses are able to get into the government through the prime.
Through subcontracting.
Through subcontracting.
Or some of our primes now, they're looking for opportunity to partner with 8As through joint ventures.
That's right.
They're also making the 8A the prime and they're the sub. So they've gotten really creative in how they work with small businesses, and that's great for us because we qualify the companies who are able to work at that capacity.
Right.
Not all companies are ready, and that's what we try to explain to them. Just go at your pace. If you are a small company coming into government contracting, you may want to start in the small purchase arena.
Right.
Those are quick buys. They keep your cash flowing. Those are things that you can do to keep your cash, build past performance. You're doing all of those things while you're getting contracts, but you're getting them at your pace. And some companies just want to go out there and get large contracts, and they stumble and they fall on their face in some cases, and then they have a bad name. And you don't want a bad name in this industry.
No.
Because it follows you.
Well, even with the large guys, what you call in the small purchases, I call it the low-hanging fruit.
There you are.
They say, well, I don't want to go after that. But
Yes.
I'm saying, hey, if we ingratiate ourselves as this big conglomerate, that we will provide, service from the small to the very large procurements, we become a partner with the procurement agent.
That's right.
We're dependable, we're responsive, we're responsible, we go out, we execute, even though these are small.
And then you qualify yourself.
Exactly.
With those smaller purchases, some of our clients at Army, they like to do that. They like to point out a smaller procurement that the company can supply, and then they'll come back with a bigger one.
Right.
Oh, you did well on that. But that's good in some cases because you want to try it out yourself.
Right.
So make sure that you have access to the people, you have the capital to be able to begin a contract, you know how to execute a contract. These are all things we help them do, but at the same time, you want to make sure that your company is able to do that. Once you register for the particular conference that we're holding the matchmaking session,
Prince George's Community College isn't just a place that offers more than 200 academic, workforce development, and continuing education programs. It's the first step toward the career of your dreams. It's a community of people who want you to succeed. It's where degrees are earned and potential is realized. Apply and register today. Call 301-336-6000. Prince George's Community College, transforming lives.
Hey, I'm Anderson Cooper. As a parent, you want to make sure that your child knows how to deal with bullying when they see it happening. And chances are they want to help, but they don't really know how. Well, teach them that the best thing to do is calmly walk away, find a teacher or other adult, and speak up. And do your part. Be that adult they can talk to and trust will listen. Join me to help stop bullying. Go to stopbullying.gov to find out more.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Thanks for calling the GED Pep Talk Center. Jerry Stiller speaking. Your level 7 in-your-face pep talk.
I can keep pushing you. Believe me, I'm good at it. But at some point, you're gonna need to start pushing yourself.
See, once you've got your GED diploma, you'll feel so good about yourself.
You tell them. You can't change your past, but you can definitely change your future.
That makes me so happy, I'm ready to bust out a dance.
Mr. Trejo, can I transfer this guy to you? My gentle technique isn't really working. You need something a little more
Persuasive.
Yes.
You listen, and you listen good.
Hey, where's my sandwich? Terry? Terry!
Take it from me, the King DMC. It's a real cool thing to get your GED.
Get that diploma!
Now hold on and we'll find you free GED classes. Capiche?
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't, because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's one every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
Welcome back to Growing Pains as we continue our discussion of business matchmaking sessions. So Cynthia, we were about to talk about what is matchmaking, and as a small business owner, what should I expect on the day of a matchmaking session?
Well, actually, we make it really easy for you to participate. Once you register for the particular conference that we're holding the matchmaking session for, you will then receive a link from WCI. This is a qualifying questionnaire that will tell us where you fit as it relates to capacity and capability. Meanwhile, procurements are coming in from our government officials, prime vendors, private entities that want to participate and want to give you contracts. Okay. And so then we match the two. By the day of the conference, we are then able to give you opportunities that match your capabilities and your capacity. Pardon me. So now you're able to participate in that particular procurement for each agency.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's very easy.
You've taken out the due diligence that the government would do. You do it up front.
Exactly.
So the government doesn't have to do it, and then you provide an opportunity for me as a small business to win the opportunity right there on the spot.
Yes, that's exactly what we do. And we've done this for other agencies. We've done this for the White House. Okay. Basically, they called and asked how we could help them with a procurement fair. We were hired as a consultant for Department of Treasury. We then put together this idea of having a conference where procurements were actually awarded the day of the conference. And it was perfect because it was end of fiscal year where all of the dollars are being calculated as to what's left. And we awarded $4 million in contracts for the White House that particular day of the conference. It was a huge transportation contract that was awarded. because we vetted those companies before, 60 days before. We were able to see those companies that were qualified. They had to be 8A. They had to be they had to have certain credentials, past performance to qualify, and they had to have pretty much the resources, the people, the equipment, everything they needed to be able to participate in that requirement. So it worked out very well.
That is wonderful, because so many times a small business goes to these procurement fairs and they walk away with nothing.
Yes.
And sometimes the business cards that they get are useless because no one answers the phone.
That's right.
And no one answers an email.
That's right. Well, this will never happen at our conferences because the government officials that are coming are looking for you as a small business. They want to ensure, what this matchmaking does is it ensures that the government has qualified vendors now to work with. So it helps both sides. And we call it the WCI Power Matchmaking Session because power takes place. Both parties are empowered to do business with each other at this point.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about networking.
Great.
Because that is critical, what I call the lifeblood of small business.
That's right.
So talk about networking to our small businesses, and you know, you're very good at it.
Yes,
so
I
they
love
would
it.
they would learn a
networking.
lot from you.
Yes.
So what is your strategy when you're networking?
When I'm networking, actually, I believe when you go into a room, first of all, let's start with this. I believe that you should love your company to the degree that you feel like it's of value to someone else. I don't believe you're going to share it with anybody else if you don't believe that. But so it's so easy for you to talk about your company and what you do to anybody, and you know, you can do that with anybody because you love your company, you love what you do, and so that's first. So choose a business that you love and you're good at it, and then you'll want other people to know about it. But I pretty much go around the whole room. I don't leave any stones unturned. That's what a lot of my contacts say about me. When I come into the room, I'm going to target the agencies that I want to meet, ones I've never met before, but I'm also going to meet people that are just there because you never know who those people are, and if you need to do business with them. I'm also looking for partners, people that I can partner with, who have like industries that I can partner with to actually, you know, carry out goals that I have for the business. So there are all kinds of reasons to target or to network, but how you network is you basically cover the room. I don't leave any stone unturned. I introduce myself to everybody in the room, and I let them, and I also want to know who they are. I think a lot of times when we walk into a room and we tell people who we are, we fail to get their business cards and find out who they are. You know, we just go giving out business cards. That's not networking. So you must get a business card from the other person, and you must find out what they do. Hold a conversation, find interests.
Common ground.
Yeah, common ground,
Yeah.
so that you're able to really connect with them. People don't remember people that they meet. They remember people they connect with.
That's true.
So.
And that's a point that our small businesses really need to hone in on.
That's right. That's
people connect with people. They don't just meet people.
That's right.
And if they're just meeting you, they're not going to remember you.
They're not going to remember you, yeah. But when they connect with you, whether it be your kids or, you know, something in the agency that you know about, or, you know, that's what makes them remember you.
Well, they feel good when you talk about something that relates to them.
There you are.
So if you know a big program's about to go on in that agency, and you say, oh, well, how's this program going to affect you? And they go, oh, you really care.
They understand, exactly. And it connects. I mean, really, that's how we continue to follow up. And the other part of networking is follow up. You don't have anything if you just go around the room and get business cards. We have a follow-up system. Everybody gets an email the next day. Everybody gets a call in a couple of days if they haven't responded. But you got to have a system. You got to have a system for follow-up and follow through, because they may have mentioned something coming up, you know, an opportunity. If you don't follow through on that opportunity, you'll never have it. So
let me ask you, would it be beneficial for a small business if they're going out to a government, say the federal government procurement conference, for them to first look at the forecast that the government publishes?
Yes, go
and
to
has
the
on their
agency
website? Yeah.
That's right. Gather their information. Even, we go a step further with our clients. We tell them to look at their website and pull language from their website and put it in your capabilities. We supply green building services, or we provide, whatever is in their website that would attract them to you as a company and make you stand out from all the other companies that are going to be there.
Right.
Do that. Go that extra mile. So we
Because
do
you
encourage
look transparent to them.
That's right.
You almost look like them.
You look like them.
So they feel comfortable.
Yeah. And again, it's that, connection. You got to make that connection. You don't make the connection, they won't remember you.
Well, let's talk about this. To piggyback on networking,
sure.
When I talk to a lot of small businesses and I say, well, who's your clientele?
Sure.
And I'm not using that as a gimmick question, or I'm really trying to find out who their clientele is. And they say, well, anyone spending money.
Yes.
Is that your clientele?
No. I know exactly who our clientele is. And we have a range of clientele now, but you should identify your clientele very specifically. And what we tell companies to do is match your mission and your vision with the particular agency's mission and vision. And then you have an identity going on there where they can identify with you and you can identify with them. And it's not so hard to do business with them. But you don't want just every moving target or everybody spending money. That's not what you want. Because what we learned is that every agency is not going to connect with you just because they buy IT and you sell IT. They're going to connect with you because you understand their mission and their vision, their strategic plan, their program fulfillment. You understand those things, and when you show them that, you'll connect with them.
That question is almost like the other question I asked them. What do you do?
Yes.
And then they tell me, or ask me rather, what do you need me to do?
No, you don't want to be that kind of company either. You want to be a company that knows what you do and how you do it, and who you do it with.
Right. You got to focus on your niche and
totally.
present that. This is what I do. This is who I've been doing it for. This is how long I've been doing it. Have your elevator pitch
All
down.
All those things matter, exactly.
So you worked with the accelerator participants in the Center for Minority Business Development program, the accelerator program. What did you teach our accelerator participants, and how was it received?
Oh, it was a great opportunity for us. We taught the same class for SBA. We had a co-sponsorship for 2 years with SBA. We pretty much went to them and said, there's really no real help for business development, for small businesses and business development. And we gave them a curriculum. It's called Government Contracting Made Simple.
Okay.
And we gave them the curriculum for these classes, same classes we taught to the APs. And we basically taught them how to set up their accounting for government contracting. We taught them
Why is that important?
And that's very important because you may get audited by the government after you get a contract. But it's also important for you to have your company in order.
Right.
It really is. And you don't have to backtrack and get it in order. You don't have to be reactive. You can be proactive. And that's what we teach. And so the other thing is just the basic elements of contracting. Knowing that the government has no conformity. They are not, there's no conformity. One division in DOJ does it totally different from another division. And you have to know that. Otherwise, you're going to present the same thing to those different divisions, and they want something totally different, So we taught them that. And then we also taught them how to actually target contracts and go after them, how to present themselves. I mean, really physically, how to present themselves, and then how to present themselves on paper. That's really important. There are certain things that the government wants to know about you, and all the other stuff that you put in your capabilities, they could care less. It's going to go in the trash. So we tell them specifically, these are the things that they want to know about you. So put that in your capability. And they all had to come back, show us their capabilities. I critiqued it right in front of the class. Some of them liked it, some of them didn't. But it made them better. And so they were able to do that. But we were looking for results in that class. And we got them. One company came back, he won 40 Aldo stores. He
Right.
didn't even believe he could expand.
Yeah, right.
We showed him how to expand, you know, and how to expand smart. So we got great results out of that class. It was so awesome. I mean, we are so happy for the companies that are there, even to the degree that there were companies who got contracts after they started the class. They believed, oh, well, I'll team with somebody. 2 companies, they're teamed together to be able to go after contracts. So it was exciting. I loved it, and I love to see businesses do well. And so we were able to help them get their start in government contracting and actually go out there and get them. So we're happy about that.
Yeah, and we appreciate you doing that, because we, definitely believe that this is a valuable program.
Great.
And that the people that are going through it can benefit from the training
Yes.
that they get from experts like you. So Cynthia, we're about to wrap it up.
Great.
So what pearls of wisdom can you drop on our audience about running and managing a small business? You've been in the game for 17 years, so you have a lot of wisdom. You're good at what you do, and so I know you can help our small businesses out, and even those that are sitting on the sidelines trying to determine whether or not to get in the game.
Excellent. Yeah. Basically, I love what I do. And I just believe that you should do what you love. And you should also solve a problem. Find a problem wherever you are, if it's in IT or if it's in construction or if it's in any of the arenas that you're working in. Solve a problem. Find out what's not being done now. That's what we did.
Okay.
We found out something that was not being done in the government. There's no company in the nation like WCI. Still today, we travel a lot. We go into different places and we hear, how did you come up with that concept, to help both sides? So we love what we do. So find out what you love, solve a problem, and continue to operate in integrity. We have been in business under the same name doing the same thing for 17 years, and that's unheard of for business development companies. Believe me, I've seen them come and go and then come and go again. So those are the pearls of wisdom that I believe will help you in business. And just stick to your plan. Have a plan and stick to it.
All right. Well, thank you, Cynthia.
Right,
thank you for being on
Thanks
Growing
for having
Pains.
me.
Thank you for joining us today. We will see you next time as we continue to help you take your business to the next level. To find out more information about the CMBD Accelerator Program, call us at 301-583-5205 or visit our website at www.cmbd.biz.